Welcome to Fuller Expectations, the podcast for anyone who feels that the path that they're on just isn't what they want, need, or quite frankly, where they expected to be at this stage in their life. I'm Carrie Fuller, your host, and I am so excited that you took the time to listen today. If you're here because someone shared this with you, that means that they care about you and think that this episode might be meaningful to you. No matter why you're here, thanks so much for taking the time to spend with us today. And if you're new to the Fuller Expectations podcast family, thanks so much for joining us. Every week, we're going to have real conversations, share inspiring stories, and offer you the support that you need to create a life that feels aligned with your goals, your passion, and your purpose. A life that's just truly, authentically yours. If you're interested in better, you are in the right place. We all deserve to live a life that offers us true joy, no matter what age or stage we're in. And if you like what you've heard today and thought of someone who might benefit, please share this episode with them. And if you haven't already, hit follow so that our podcast can appear in your podcast library. Every week we launch a new episode and we don't want you to miss it. And now let's get right into today's episode. Today's episode could completely change your perspective about food, about aging, energy, hormones, gut health, weight loss, joint pain, back pain, muscle tone. We're going to talk about all of this stuff today and all of the things that we care about so much as we move into our 40s and beyond. It is amazing, and the content is just going to blow your mind as it did to me. I am listening to an audiobook for the second time, and that book is by Dr. Josh Axe. I heard him on a podcast, looked up his book, listened to it, and I'm listening to it again because what I heard, I wanted to reabsorb. And I thought, you know what? This is amazing information. I wish somebody shared this with me sooner. So I'm going to share it with you today. And whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. If you're over the age of 25, you're going to get something out of this, because the fact is collagen is way more than hair, skin, and nails. It's way more than what you see on the outside. Collagen is incredible for the inside of your body and what it does for your ligaments and your tendons and your muscles and your gut health and all of these things that you would never imagine that it plays a role in. At least I didn't. I was educated after hearing this, and what you are going to hear today will make you want to absolutely download this book or read this book, or just look things up online that I'm about to share with you today. Because if you are at the stage of life where you are a woman with, menopause or perimenopause or whatever, if you have, your hair is thinning, or you have joint pain, or you have back pain, or your muscles are not where you want them to be, or maybe you can't lose that last 10 pounds. This is for you today. This book had me so intrigued. And if you are not on Audible, if you don't have time to read, download the free 30-day trial of Audible. If you use this code, audibletrial.com/Carrie, Carrie, you can get your free 30-day trial, download this book, spend some time either in the car or when you're going for your walk or whatever, listening to this book if you don't have time to read. If we really understood how much certain foods helped or hurt our bodies as we were getting older, would we have made different choices? Not because of willpower and not because of guilt, but because the science makes sense. If you knew that you could eat or stop eating certain things, and you wouldn't wake up feeling stiff fingers and your feet hurt when they hit the floor, or your back's been bothering you, or you can't build your muscles as fast as you used to, or lose that last 10 pounds, would you choose differently? Think about that. And today we are going to break down what collagen actually is, why most of us are deficient, and how we're deficient, and how simple food choices can dramatically improve your health. You don't have to go out and buy anything. This is stuff, you guys, you're eating anyway. So listen to what I am going to tell you today about the foods that you're eating and how this is definitely impacting the way that you feel. We're talking about from the inside out. Most people think about collagen as the external visible things, the hair, the skin, the nails. What I'm going to share with you today is what collagen does from the inside out. So think about joints, tendons, ligaments, muscles, your gut, the things that are inside of your body. And every one of us has these body parts. And when they're working fine, we don't notice what's fine, right? We only notice what's not fine. We're going to talk about how collagen affects so many things inside of your body. It affects your metabolism. It affects your quality of life. And we're also going to talk about the flip side, the foods that quietly accelerate aging and inflammation without us even knowing that they're doing it. So whether you're trying to lose a few pounds, get your energy back, get rid of back pain, get rid of joint pain, reduce your inflammation, simply live longer and live a more vibrant life. Let's start with what this book is really about. I'm going to break this down for you. Dr. Josh Axe argues that collagen, the most abundant protein in the body, it's the missing nutritional link for modern health because we've removed the collagen-rich foods from our diet, which includes bone broth, organ meats, connective tissues. We've removed that from our diet because we think that eating the skin on our chicken is fat. We don't necessarily even think about eating the skin on fish. When you go out to a restaurant and they serve the skin on the fish, they serve it because it's meant to be consumed and it actually has so much collagen in it. But we don't eat things like that. Instead, our diets have been replaced with things that are sugary, processed carbs, inflammatory oils. We've inadvertently accelerated aging by the foods that we eat. The fact is that collagen is foundational for not only skin elasticity, but for gut lining integrity, for joint cushioning, for muscle and bone maintenance, for hormone and immune function, all of which matter exponentially more in midlife and beyond. The problem is modern diets have put us in crisis mode. We are eating more calories, but fewer nutrients, especially amino acids, which we need to rebuild tissues. The biggest culprits in our diet are sugar, refined grains, vegetable and seed oils, consuming excess alcohol, using artificial sweeteners, eating ultra-processed foods. These things create chronic inflammation, they accelerate aging, they cause weight gain, they cause gut permeability, which is also known as leaky gut, they trigger joint discomfort, they thin our hair and cause our nails to be brittle, they make our metabolism very sluggish. Essentially, the foods that most people are eating are stealing collagen faster than the body can repair it. The solution to this is consuming foods that offer collagen-boosting nutrition. So there is a framework to this that's built on foods that add collagen or support our body to produce more collagen. And the top collagen-boosting foods, number one, which is like the superstar, is bone broth. That's really easy to get. I never knew that I should be consuming bone broth, but you better believe I started consuming bone broth. The second thing is collagen peptides, which is supplemental. If you're already taking collagen, make sure that it's either collagen peptized or that it's hydrolyzed, which actually I learned means the same thing. Peptides are hydrolyzed collagen, and that's the collagen that your body can absorb. Eggs are another great source of collagen. Wild caught fish, especially again with the skin on it. Grass-fed beef and poultry. Organ meats. Some of us aren't a huge fan of organ meats, but that's on the list. Very, very high in collagen. Berries, another great one. We can all eat more berries, right? Leafy green vegetables. avocado, citrus, and vitamin C rich foods, which help collagen synthesis. And fermented foods. Fermented foods help with gut health and actually support collagen production in our own bodies. But it's a team effort for the body to make collagen. And so some of the supportive nutrients that the body needs to produce collagen are vitamin C, zinc, copper, silica, proline, glycine, and healthy fats. So these nutrients are what helps repair tissues, tighten your skin, fuel your gut, and help keep your joints lubricated. Dr. Axe's core principle is healing the gut improves everything. A major theme in this book is that gut health directs collagen health. So when the gut lining is inflamed, you absorb fewer nutrients, your immune system goes haywire, your skin shows sign of stress, your joints ache, and your hormones just struggle. Collagen-rich foods help seal and repair the gut, which in turn improves everything from digestion to skin clarity to mood stability. The collagen diet is a 28-day protocol, which people can extend if they choose to. Phase 1 is to eliminate the triggers for poor health, including things like sugar and gluten, processed oils, alcohol. Doesn't mean you have to stop drinking alcohol, but you should definitely limit alcohol, artificial sweeteners, processed foods, things like that. So those are the things that we have to remove from our diet. And then what we want to replace them with is nutrient-dense, collagen-friendly foods, which are things like bone broths, smoothies with collagen peptides or hydrolyzed collagen, high-fiber veggies, things like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, adding in anti-inflammatory fats, which are coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, things like that. Consuming clean proteins, things like chicken and fish. Phase 3 is rebuilding. So it's being strategic about the supplements that you take. So this includes hydrolyzed collagen or collagen peptides. It includes probiotics, omega-3s, turmeric, and vitamin C. This phase supports longevity, metabolic health, joint health, and skin vibrancy. The fact is, we all want to age gracefully. We all want not only the skin elasticity and hair growth, but we want mobility. We want to be able to play with our kids and our grandkids. We want to be able to participate in activities, and we want to travel and things like that. So why not do away with the foods that are harming us and limiting us from being a participant in our own lives and replacing those foods with things that support our joints and our bone health, with things that strengthen our tendons and our ligaments. It is a game changer in midlife. We don't want to get up in the morning, have our feet hit the floor, and feel the aches and pains of getting older. If we can literally change the way that we feel by the foods that we eat, why would we not do that? Why would we not want more muscle and better insulin control and improved thyroid function? These are all things that collagen does for us. Why would we not want better gut health and reduced inflammation, better digestion, more energy, more immune balance? We do want that. We want longevity. Collagen supports all of these things, and it supports cellular aging and reduces oxidative stress. It's a very simple, actionable thing. And this book offers practical swaps and additions that actually are doable. And if you want to know one thing that you can do if it seems overwhelming, is you can add drinking bone broth into your routine. So if you go out and you get a 32-ounce container of bone broth and drink a cup of that 5 times a day, give it a few weeks, you will absolutely notice a difference. You're going to notice improved digestive function. So bone broth is a natural source of collagen. It's a type of protein that's needed to form tissues that make up the lining of the gastrointestinal tract. Collagen protects and soothes the lining of the digestive tract, and it can aid in treating leaky gut syndrome, IBS, and acid reflux. And if you are like me and you wonder why food allergies are like all over today. I didn't know this, but when collagen breaks down, gelatin is formed, which is known to help people dealing with food allergies and sensitivities to food such as cow's milk and gluten. Gelatin in bone broth contains conditional amino acids called arginine. Bone broth also makes your skin glow. Collagen helps form tissue found in skin that gives it strength and smoothness and elasticity and a more youthful appearance. So studies have shown that higher intakes of collagen are associated with improvements in skin barrier functions, increased hydration, and reductions in the signs of aging, including wrinkles and fine lines and sagging. Sign me up. I'll drink bone broth all day long. It doesn't happen overnight, but give it a few weeks, guys, I'm telling you. Bone broth also supplies important minerals. Bone broth is made from animal bones and parts that are concentrated sources of numerous minerals, and it provides minerals and electrolytes, including calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, sulfate, and fluoride. So it helps with electrolyte imbalances and dehydration that can occur. So here's the top 7 reasons to try bone broth. Number 1, it improves digestive functions. Bone broth is one of the best natural sources of collagen, a type of protein that's needed to form tissues that make up the lining of the GI tract. Number 2, it makes your skin glow. Collagen helps form tissues in the skin that give strength, smoothness, elasticity, and a more youthful appearance. Sign me up. Number 3, it supplies important minerals. Because bone broth is made from animal bones and parts that are a concentrated source of numerous minerals, it provides essential nutrients, minerals, and electrolytes. Number 4, it helps prevent muscle wasting. So glycine is an important amino acid for actually building muscle strength, ushering nutrients into the cells to be used for energy, controlling blood sugar levels, and even synthesizing human growth hormones. Number 5, it helps detoxify the liver and digestive system. Consuming bone broth is an effective way to boost your supply of the antioxidant called glutathione, which is one of the body's most powerful detoxifying agents. Number 6, it boosts your immune system. Bone broth can actually increase the beneficial bacteria that lives in our guts, which are highly correlated with stronger immunity. And number 7, it can improve sleep, memory, and cognition. The amino acids found in bone broth act like inhibitory neurotransmitters for the production of chemicals and hormones that help us sleep, think clearer, stay motivated, and remember information and make decisions. So a lot of people think that they eat a healthy diet, and I'm one of them. I definitely eat a healthy diet, but I never really thought about what foods I could be eating that help provide collagen to my body and to help my body produce its own collagen. After the age of 25, you produce 1% less every year after the age of 25. That's crazy. So if we can eat more vegetables, more fruits, herbs, spices, quality proteins, nuts, seeds, green teas, herbal teas, these are things that our body needs and can help us age gracefully and just feel better. Why would we not want to be an active participant in our own life? Why would we not want to consume foods that help our metabolism and weight loss and gut health and inflammation? I encourage you to check out this book by Dr. Josh Axe. It's called The Collagen Diet. It really did help me understand better why collagen matters. It helped me understand how this influences so many things inside of my body. I also know more about the foods that help me live better rather than hurting me. And I know practical real life applications about how I can best incorporate collagen into my everyday foods without feeling completely overwhelmed. I know more about supplementation and how to choose good supplements. I also know what changes I might notice after a week, a month, and even 3 months of changes to my diet based on this information. So what's important to me in the back half of life is longevity, but quality. And I feel like I actually have an opportunity to impact that. And I want that for everyone. The one thing I wish I knew is I wish I knew this information sooner, because I definitely would have taken action. But hopefully the fact that I'm doing it now will matter, and I want that for everyone. So whether you're in your 40s, 50s, or beyond, or even in your mid-20s, this is where you start losing collagen that your body produces every year. It's a little less, and you can do something about it. These are just some things that you can do to help reinvest into your body the most abundant protein, which is collagen. I am certainly not an expert. I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist or anything like that. I am only somebody who read this amazing book and wanted to pass on the information to other people so that they could look into it for themselves and hopefully get something out of it. 80% of disease is controllable through diet and exercise. And that's a statistic from the American Heart Association. I actually used to work for the American Heart Association, so I'm pretty familiar with that. But just think about that. 80% of disease is preventable. Of course, there's the 20% that nobody can do anything about, but why would you not want to try and do something through diet that can impact the quality of your life? You can live your best life, make your best memories, and enjoy the time that we have together. So I hope this information was helpful to you. And again, I give full credit to Dr. Josh Axe, A-X-E, from this book, The Collagen Diet. There are actually 2 different types of collagen that I have vetted and that I take on a regular basis that are scientifically backed and third-party tested. So I will include the links in the notes for this episode if you'd like to check them out for yourself. I also want to share that I am not making any money promoting this book or anything like that. It is just something that I found beneficial and wanted to share that with you. Thanks for listening today. If this episode sparked something in you, please share it with a friend, leave a comment or a review, and reach out and let me know what resonated. Remember, no matter what age or stage of life you're in, you can pivot. And always remember, the second half of life is not a winding down. It's a waking up. Please follow or subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of our podcast family. Let's keep showing up and being the best version of ourselves. Until next time, take care.